The folder was 47 pages. I want to start with that specific detail because it is the detail that most clearly describes the difference between what I did and what I was tempted to do, which was to respond immediately and publicly, and with the specific emotional intensity that the situation had produced, and that would have felt satisfying for approximately 30 minutes and counterproductive for considerably longer. 47 pages is not the response of a person acting from emotion. It is the response of a person who has spent 3 months building the most complete and accurate record of a situation that the situation contained, and who has decided that the record, presented to the right people in the right way, is the only response that serves the purpose she has decided the response should serve. The purpose was not humiliation. The purpose was accuracy. I had been misrepresented in a professional context by a person I trusted, and the misrepresentation had produced real and specific harm to my professional standing, and I wanted the harm addressed through the mechanism that was most likely to produce an accurate account of what had actually happened. The mechanism was documentation. The 47 pages were the documentation. This is the story of what the documentation produced. My name is Naomi Asante. I am 38 years old. I spent 12 years in marketing communications before transitioning 3 years ago to a senior role at a nonprofit organization that serves youth in underserved communities, and that does work I believe in completely. The transition had been a significant professional change and had required the specific kind of professional reinvention that involves building new relationships and new credibility in a new sector, and that takes time and sustained effort, and the specific patience of a person who understands that reputation in a new field is built incrementally rather than transferred from the previous one. I had been building in the nonprofit sector for 3 years. The person who misrepresented me, a woman named Sandra who had been my closest professional friend for 7 years, had been building in the same sector for twice as long and had the specific organizational relationships and the specific institutional knowledge that 7 additional years in a sector produces. Sandra and I had been professional friends for 7 years, which is a category of friendship that is specific and real, and that is distinct from personal friendship in ways that matter when the friendship ends badly. Professional friendship is built on shared professional context, on the specific warmth that develops between two people who are navigating the same professional environment and who find in each other the combination of mutual support and honest counsel that the environment sometimes makes difficult to find from people who are in direct competition for the same opportunities. Sandra and I were not in direct competition for most of the 7 years. We worked in overlapping but not identical areas of the nonprofit sector, and the overlap had produced the shared context for the friendship without the direct competition that might have complicated it. What changed was a specific opportunity that appeared in year 7, a senior director position at an organization that both of us had professional connections to and that both of us would have been credible candidates for, and that Sandra apparently decided she could improve her position relative to mine by managing the information that the hiring committee had about me. What Sandra did was specific, and I will describe it specifically because specificity is what the situation requires, and because vagueness is the specific quality of misrepresentation that makes it difficult to address, and that the documentation was designed to eliminate. She told 2 members of the hiring committee, in separate conversations that she apparently believed were private, things about my professional history and my professional conduct that were not accurate, and that were structured in the careful way of things that are designed to be deniable rather than obviously untrue. She did not say I had done specific wrong things. She raised specific concerns. She expressed specific doubts. She used the language of professional opinion rather than factual claim. And she did it in the specific context of conversations about a position I was being considered for, which gave the expressions of doubt the maximum available impact on the decision-making of the people who received them. I found out through a member of the hiring committee who knew me personally and who was troubled enough by what Sandra had said to tell me what she had heard. The committee member told me specifically what had been said and who had said it and in what context. I thanked her. I went home. I sat with the information for a long time. Then I made 2 decisions. The first was that I was going to build a complete and accurate record of my professional history and conduct in the specific areas where Sandra's representations had been inaccurate. The second was that I was going to build that record before I said anything to anyone about what I had learned, because the experience of being misrepresented had clarified for me with unusual sharpness that representations made without documentation are simply competing claims, and that competing claims produce nothing except confusion and the specific damage of 2 professional reputations rather than 1. I was not going to compete with Sandra's claims. I was going to replace them with the record. The 3 months I spent building the documentation were the 3 months in which I was simultaneously continuing to work in the nonprofit sector and building the professional relationships I had been building for 3 years and maintaining the surface of a professional world in which Sandra was still a presence and in which the hiring process was still ongoing. I did not tell Sandra what I knew. I did not change my behavior toward her in any way that was visible. I continued to operate in the professional world with the same professional normalcy that the world required because the documentation I was building required time and because time required the maintenance of the surface. I want to be honest about this, processing the specific personal dimension of the situation, the dimension of 7 years of professional friendship and the trust that 7 years had produced and the specific quality of the loss that the betrayal represented. I processed it in therapy rather than in professional conversations because the professional conversations were not the place for the personal dimension and because mixing them would have undermined both. The 47 pages covered the following: a complete professional history for the 12 years of my marketing communications career and the 3 years of nonprofit sector work, documented with the specific records that professional histories are documented with: performance reviews, project outcomes, client and organizational references, documented achievements and their measured results. A specific rebuttal of each of Sandra's representations, addressed item by item with the documentation that established the accurate picture in place of the inaccurate one. The professional references I had developed over 15 years who were willing to speak specifically to the areas where Sandra's representations had been directed. And a timeline of Sandra's communications with the hiring committee members, established through the account of the committee member who had told me and through the specific documentation I had of my own professional conduct during the periods Sandra had misrepresented. I presented the documentation directly to the hiring committee chair through a formal request for a meeting that I made 3 months after I had learned of Sandra's representations. I presented it professionally and without drama, which meant I presented the 47 pages and walked the chair through the specific documentation in the specific areas where the record contradicted what had been represented to the committee. I did not characterize Sandra's motivations. I did not characterize her conduct in terms that went beyond what the documentation established. I described what had been said and what the documentation showed, and I let the committee chair draw the conclusions that the documentation supported. The chair reviewed the 47 pages. The chair asked 3 questions. I answered all 3 specifically. The chair said she would be in touch. What followed was an internal process that the organization managed according to its own procedures and that I was not party to beyond the initial presentation. I do not know the specifics of what the organization did with the documentation regarding Sandra. I know that I was not offered the position, which was the outcome the situation had already produced before I presented the documentation, and I accepted that outcome as the outcome that had been determined before the documentation could affect it. What I did know was that the accurate record existed in the hands of the people responsible for the organization's hiring decisions, and that the inaccurate representations had been addressed in the only way available to me, which was with the specific completeness of 47 pages of documentation that replaced the inaccurate picture with the accurate one. 3 months after the presentation, I received a call from the hiring committee chair inviting me to apply for a different senior position at the organization, a position that had become available subsequent to the original hire and that the chair described as a role my background was well suited to. I applied, I interviewed, I was offered the position, I accepted it. I have been in it for 8 months. The work is meaningful. The organization is one I believe in. The position is the right next step in the professional trajectory I have been building. The documentation produced this outcome not through any mechanism of exposing or damaging Sandra, but through the specific mechanism of ensuring that the people making decisions about my professional future had an accurate picture of my professional history rather than an inaccurate one. The accuracy did the work. The 47 pages were the accuracy. Sandra and I have not been in professional contact since the presentation. I have not sought contact and she has not offered it, and the absence of contact is the natural conclusion of a professional friendship that ended when the friendship became something that was not friendship. I do not carry resentment towards Sandra. I carry the specific understanding that the presentation of an accurate record is always available to a person who builds the record correctly, and that the building of the record is the most useful response available to someone who has been misrepresented in a professional context. The resentment would have been available to me also. It would not have produced 47 pages. It would not have produced a second opportunity. The documentation produced both. My name is Naomi Asante. I am 38 years old. My professional friend of 7 years misrepresented me to a hiring committee, and I spent 3 months building a 47-page documentation of the accurate record and presented it to the committee chair professionally and without drama. The presentation produced an accurate picture in the place of an inaccurate one. 8 months later, I was offered a different position at the same organization and accepted it. The documentation produced accuracy. The accuracy produced the opportunity. The resentment would have produced neither. If this story reached something in you, leave a comment below. Tell me where you are watching from. Subscribe if you have not already.